Okay, so let's talk about something that I think we've all struggled with. How to get some mental clarity, especially in that moment when you need it the most, right before you're trying to fall asleep. Does this picture look familiar? You're in bed, you're totally exhausted, but for some reason, your brain just decides it's time to run a marathon. It absolutely refuses to switch off. It's got to be one of the most frustrating feelings, right? It turns what should be a peaceful end of the day into this mental gymnastics routine. And what does that marathon even look like? Well, for a lot of us, it's that never-ending to-do list for tomorrow, just scrolling through your head. Or, replaying that one awkward conversation from work, wondering if you should have said something different. It's that constant hum of worrying about the future. And of course, my personal favorite, those totally random what-if thoughts that just appear out of nowhere. But what if there was a way to actually hit the brakes on that nightly chaos? Well, the good news is, there is. And it's a super simple, really powerful technique designed to tackle this exact problem head-on. It's called the 3-2-1 rule. So easy to remember and honestly, even easier to do. Let's dig into exactly how this whole thing works. So how can a simple countdown actually calm your mind? Well, it's this really clever 3-step process that literally takes just a few minutes right before you turn out the lights. Okay, so here's the breakdown, and what I love is how each step targets a different piece of your anxiety. First, step 1, you're going to write down 3 things that are buzzing around in your head. Could be tasks, worries, anything. By putting them on paper, you're basically giving them a parking spot for the night. You're saying, I'll deal with you tomorrow. Then, step 2, write down 2 things you actually accomplished today. This is huge. It shifts your focus from all the stuff you have to do to what you've already done, and that creates a really nice sense of completion. And finally, step 3, write down 1 thing you're genuinely looking forward to tomorrow. This reframes the next day from being a source of stress to being something you can actually anticipate with a little bit of positivity. Now, this isn't just some feel-good trick. There is a real psychological reason why this works. So let's look at the science of why putting a pen to paper is so incredibly effective. It's a concept called cognitive offloading. So think of your brain like a computer that has a limited amount of RAM, or active memory. When it's jammed full of worries and to-do lists, it gets slow, it gets buggy. By writing those thoughts down, you're basically moving them from your brain's active RAM onto an external hard drive, a simple piece of paper. And that instantly frees up all that precious mental space. And this is really the most crucial point. Getting those thoughts out of your head and onto a piece of paper gives your brain explicit permission to let go of them. It knows that information isn't lost, it's safe, it's accounted for, so it doesn't have to keep juggling everything. It can finally rest. And this right here, this just illustrates the transformation perfectly. Before you do the exercise, your mind is cluttered, it's anxious, you feel overwhelmed. You're just stuck in these annoying loops. But after just a few minutes, it becomes clear, calm, and organized. It's not stuck anymore. It's actually ready for rest. So what's the immediate payoff here? We're not just talking about a quiet mind. This is a real, tangible improvement in your overall well-being, and you feel it right away. Just take a look at this chart. This is the typical state for so many of us when our minds are racing. That pre-sleep anxiety is through the roof, right? And that naturally just tanks your mental clarity and your sleep quality. It all goes hand in hand. But now, watch what happens after you apply the 3-2-1 rule. The bars completely flip. By tackling that anxiety head-on, you drop it way down. And what happens as a direct result? Your mental clarity and your sleep quality can shoot way up. It's just a powerful, positive chain reaction. So to wrap it all up, what are the key benefits here? You're reducing that awful pre-sleep anxiety, you're improving your sleep quality, and you're getting instant mental clarity. But it also does something else. It sets a positive, proactive tone for the next day. And maybe the best part of all, the whole thing takes less than 5 minutes. It's a no-brainer. So the real question I have for you is, what's on your mind right now? What are those worries, those tasks, that mental clutter that you're holding on to? What thoughts are you going to decide to set free tonight?